Okay, everybody. So today we're gonna start a new session, new unit called Child Education. Okay, the first character is E. All right, so E means one. But this one, the original meaning is actually means like a royal, exclusive, focus, that kind of meaning. So it means single-minded. Okay, single-minded. Just straight and single-minded, and also means like united, identical, all one, the same, equal one. That kind of meaning. Just say basically means united, one, only one. That's the meaning, the original meaning. Okay. So a lot of time used in like united, used in single-minded, used in complete, one unit, that kind of thing. But the modern Chinese, this one is no longer used as in this context because this character is rather difficult to write. So all the meanings that I just mentioned, they all converted to use the very simple one, just the one single stroke, that E. Okay, but this one still means E in a particular context, particular situation, which is when you write check. So because the Chinese E one stroke is very easy to change. Okay, very easy to change and make fraud. So people, when writing checks, they use those complicated characters. Okay, so this is the one for E. Okay, so let's take a look at that character itself. So this one, if you look at the very old character, so what this thing is actually a teapot with a cap on top. Okay, it's a teapot with a cap on top. So why use a teapot to mean like complete oneness? Is because the teapot function is to gather water and prevent it from spilling everywhere. So which means you can contain the water, which is easily dispersed and spread everywhere, spill everywhere, and contained in that teapot and as a one unit, right? So they use that to mean oneness. And the original character also has a G character right inside the teapot, where the G means happiness, means fortune, means good luck. So this carries a meaning that it's ingrained in the Chinese culture, which says that unity brings good fortune. Okay, so unity is good. So in the Chinese culture very much values unity. Okay, so this is the character one, E. Next one, R. R means the original meaning of this character means deputy, means assistant, auxiliary, subsidiary. Okay, so basically means that it's not the main one, but the complementary or the assistant, the deputy one. Okay, the second one. Okay, basically. So that's the original meaning of this character R. Okay, but again, because this is rather complicated to write, so nowadays we use another character to mean the meaning that I mentioned, which is fu. So we say, for example, a principal for a school, right? And so in Chinese, it's called a 校长. The deputy, and we will call it 副校长. Okay, 副校长 we don't say 二校长 we say 副校长 Okay, and so this is used as a deputy assistant only used in ancient times, not nowadays. So nowadays we use this character to mean two. Okay, in the same way when writing checks. Okay, because the simplified two is too easy to make fraud. Let's take a look at this character. So this one, you see there's a 贝. 贝 means shell. So you know this one has something to do with money. All right? And well, the 贝 top one is 二. That one is actually the traditional character of two, of 二. Okay, you know, just remove the 贝. That was the original 二 in traditional Chinese. Okay, and so 二 means 一 plus 1 plus 1 is 2. So 一加一等于二. So this 二 has meaning of increasing, right? And also you see that you have two strokes right there, right, to represent this is 2. And so basically this is a counting number in ancient times, usually for money. So that's why there's a 贝 right there. But now this character is only used in the context of writing checks. Okay, so when you're writing checks, you need to write this one for 2. 二. All right, so next one. 模 means copy, trace, imitate, or describe. Okay, so basically you are try to exactly copy what you see. Okay, and trace it down. And this is called 模. Okay, imitate this is called 模. 临摹 模仿 模习 yeah, this let's take a look at it. So this one you can see that this has 2 hands, right? And has 2 hands right there, and then and you can see that it's on the top and the bottom is very similar. Okay, and so this means that they try to copy exactly what they see. Okay, and so that's the character 模. Next one. 仿 仿 means be similar, imitate, or follow the example of. 仿 okay. 仿效 模仿 so this all means imitate. Okay, imitate. And let's take a look at this character. So this one has a person on the side, and then the 方 on the right. 方 on the right, and so 方 has a meaning of stand on the side, has that meaning. 方. Okay, so this means that you are saying like, okay, you are the one person standing there, and you are you are standing by him just like him. Okay, and so at that way they make the meaning of imitate and following. Okay, so this is 仿 模仿. 三 三. So again, so this one it's 三 it is the 3. Okay, it's 3. The simplified version is just 3 horizontal stroke. Okay, but this one is used for writing checks. And so this one, I think, yeah, this is all right. So this one has it's the origin came from the character for Can, which is a constellation, okay, star constellation, and that constellation has 3 bright stars, and so they kind of change the thing to mean 3, okay. But again, so this character is only used when you're writing checks. 4. Now 4. So this one, the original meaning is display, expose. Okay, display, expose. That's the meaning. And particularly in ancient times for displaying corpse in public. Okay, so in ancient time, this is a type of punishment, you know, and also means sacrifice. Sacrifice to someone, and so again, this is very much has the meaning of presenting and displaying. So basically, you're presenting, displaying your sacrifice on the altar. Okay, and so the second meaning is indulge, propagate, expand, stretch. So basically, you're spreading, you know, stretch. Getting the stuff everywhere, okay, everywhere, and so and also to also means to the extent, to the full extent, used to the utmost, okay, utmost. So basically, you have no limit, just push to the limit, that kind of meaning, okay. And the third meaning is shop. Marketplace, okay, shop, marketplace. They use that character too, and then it's just the meaning of 4. Okay, is when you're writing checks, you write this one for 4. Okay, so let's take a look at the character itself. So this one, you can see. So there's a li, there's li on the right, okay, and dai. Okay, so this is the original character for dai, which has the meaning of you know, exert oneself to the full extent, which means like do the best you can. That kind of meaning, okay, and so this means do the best you can to present, okay, to show, okay, so that kind of meaning, okay, and so then why this one used as shop, as a marketplace? Now you can make sense of it, because it's meaning of you try to present things to the best you can. So that's what the shops do, right? Or what the shops should do. They should present their merchandise the best the best way they can, right? And so that's why they use this character to represent shops and marketplace. Okay. And let's see. So this one, yeah, and. Yeah, and then this basically there's an old man, yeah, old man on the left, and then there's it's you know, a hand holding a writing brush, and so that means that you know, to write, to represent, to display, you know. Okay, so next one. 韵 韵 means music sound, rhyme or rhythm, So that means 韵, okay? And so this is used in music and in poetry, okay? So the second meaning is referring to a person's charisma, like a person has it's very charming pose, beautiful, has a very elegant pose and very beautiful. So you can use this 韵. Oftentimes you say 韵味. 韵味. 味 means taste. So that means you have the person, has a very good looking and have good taste. Okay. So let's take a look at it. The character itself. So this one, and you can see that on the left side is the character for 音. 音 means sound. Okay. 音 means sound. And the right hand side is the character for 元. 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 And so this one, the old character, the right hand side, is 元. Okay. And to represent the sound. But the modern one, the simplified version, they changed the right part, use a simpler one, pronounce the same thing to replace it, to make it easier to write. Okay. And so that's the character. Next one. 以义. 有义. 义, the original meaning is just. Just in the context of moral or logic. So basically your behavior or your act that is just, considering the moral standards, or simply like a common sense or common logic. Okay, it's called 义. So that's the original meaning. So now this means this 义 means good relationship. Okay, good relationship. If 友谊, 友谊, that means friendship. Okay, friendship. 情谊, 深情厚谊, 深情厚谊, that means you have a deep, intimate relationship with the person. Okay, and so this is let's take a look at this character. So this one has a talking head on the left, and so on the right is the character 仪. 仪 means proper, appropriate. So now you can say, this says basically means that you can say whatever that is proper and appropriate. So therefore it's just. Okay, so that's the meaning. All right, let's go back to take a look at this sentence. So 一二模仿, 一二模仿, 三四韵译. 一二模仿, that means that the little child start to be educated, and the first thing they learn is they learn 1, 2. Okay, so learning the characters, also learning to count. So 1, 2. 模仿 means the children learning those things by imitation. Okay, and 三四韵译, 三四韵译, that means 三 and 四, 3 and 4. 韵译, that means let's see. Let me take a look at what they explain. 韵律, interesting. Oh, so this one I need to change. Looks like it should be 吕. Okay, I think I would change it. And so it should be like this. 韵律, that makes more sense. Okay, 韵译, that does not make sense. So 吕, 韵律, 吕 is in Chinese music tradition. The Chinese, like they divide the tones into 12. The 12. I don't know how to say English. Okay, sorry. 12 intervals, for music, And so that was pretty old, pretty ancient times. They already do that, and so so they divide that 12 with yin and yang. Okay, and so the 6 for yin and 6 for yang. Okay, now the yin part they call the 吕. Okay, they call the 吕. And so 六律的名称这里写着说黄钟太烛姑息and then there's 六吕什么大吕家钟 so that basically they have name for each music pitch. Okay, so 吕 is they refer to half of it, 6 of it. So this means 三四韵律. That means the children also learning music. Okay, they're learning music. They're learning counting in music. They're learning the singing in proper pitch in music. So that's what it means. Okay. So this one I need to change. This is not correct. Okay, next one. 五 means the original meaning of this character means a people organization of 5 people. 5 people. They call 5 people 五. Okay, so this is used for residential places, also used in military. Okay, and so there's 5 people, and they will name a leader, and then that leader is called a 武长. Okay, and so therefore from that they extended a few meanings. For example, it will means companion. Okay, means companion, means pair, and also means army. So if you join the army, we say 入伍. Okay, and so and also this is the character we use when you write 5 on the check. Okay, so let's see. So this one is very easy. So basically this is related to people. So there's a person on the side, and then there's a character called 五. 五 means, this character 五 means 5. And so remember the 5 character in the ancient time, they write a little differently. So it's like 2 bars on top and on bottom, and then write it across. So if you that's the 五. Okay. Okay, and next one. 六. Okay, so 六. Now this one I think we already learned before because it has another pronunciation as 路, which means land. So when you mean 6, you need to pronounce as 六. Okay. And so let's take a look at this character. So this original character means land, and you can see that the on the right hand side, that part means high, and the right side means there's dirt, right? Part of dirt. That means hills. Okay, and hills, they put 2 of them, and also on the bottom you can see it looks like trees or dirt. Okay, so basically this means land, but then over here it pronounced 六 for 6. 苗. Okay, 苗, again, 苗 means copy, trace, describe, or make it clear, or you explain it clearly. So that's 苗. Okay, make it clear. So basically, like if you something that is vague, ambiguous, and you can melt, basically you try to trace it and to make it more obvious, more clear. So this is called a miao. Okay, and so basically it's copying, drawing by copying. So that's the basic meaning. Okay, and if you look at this character, so of course you do that with your hands. So that's why the hand on the left, and then on the right hand side is the character for miao. This miao means little baby plant called a miao. Okay, and baby plant called miao, and so and why use the baby plant for copying? I guess this is copying is usually what little childs do, right? So that's how you remember. Okay, so miao, hui. Hui means multicolored embroidery. That's the original meaning. Okay, multicolored embroidery. And so now it means painting. It means drawing. Okay, means painting, means drawing, or means portraying. Okay, portraying, make a portrait of something. Okay, hui. Let's take a look at this character. So because it originally means embroidery, so that's why it has the si on the left, which means silk or means like fabric. On the right hand side is the character hui. Hui means gathering together, combining everything together, meeting things together. So that means that you're gathering different colors together. Okay, using the silk. Okay, colored silk. So that's the original meaning of this character. And so later on, they extended to mean like just painting or drawing, anything. Okay, so hui. Qi, no, I think that's it. Oh, qi ba, qi. Qi. So this one again, it's only used for writing checks. There's no other meanings. Okay, this is specifically they made for writing checks. Qi. Let's see. So this one. Qi shu. Okay. So this one, this is so the original meaning of this thing is referring to a type of tree that the tree sap can be collected to making lacquer, making paint, those thick, hard paint. Okay, so those are the trees called qi shu, and so you can see there's water for liquid, and then the mu for trees, and then on the top right, basically there's a knife over there. So which means that you have to cut the bark of the tree to collect those tree saps to make the paint. Okay, so that's the original meaning of this character. Now it only used when you're writing checks for 7. Next one, ba. Okay, so ba again. So nowadays this is only used when writing checks for 8. But in old days, it also means it has the same meaning of this one, okay, which is the ba, which means that you break something open, and okay, means break something open. Next one, p. P means metaphor, analogy, called p. Okay, 举例譬如 that means for example. Okay, making analogy, making a metaphor. So P. Okay, so this one looks like P on the top, right? P on the top, and representing sound, but also means the P means thorough. Okay, the top part means thorough. So oftentimes when you speak metaphorically or making a analogy, the purpose is try to make it more clear. Okay, so people can understand, and so that's why they use this P, which has the meaning of thoroughly, to put it over here. And so on the bottom part is the talking head again. Okay, so so put them together, so which means you are saying something to make it clear. So that's what it is. So specifically, you are making analogy and metaphor to try to explain something more clearly. Okay, so this is P. 喻 喻 means the original meaning is inform. So later extended to mean like a report, to know, to draw an analogy. Okay, to draw an analogy. So that kind of meaning. Okay, 家喻户晓 because 家喻户晓 that means that everybody knows. Okay, everybody knows. 不可理喻 不可理喻 that means the person is so stubborn and it does not accept common logic, common sense. Okay, 叫不可理喻. And let's take a look at this character. So this has a mouse on the left, so which means this is an act of speech. And so on the right hand side is the character 鱼 鱼 in ancient time means canoe, and means canoe. The canoe is used for crossing a river, for communication, for commute, right? For commute to connect both sides of the river, right? And so they use this plus the mouse to mean that you are speaking in a way and try to make the other person understand what you're trying to say, or you try to inform the other person so that the other person understand. Okay, so this is the character called character 喻. All right, let's look at the sentence. So 五六描绘 五六描绘 that means 五六 5 and 6 描绘 that means you are describing, you are mimicking. Okay, so this is a talk about little child's education. So the child education, particularly the younger children, they learn by imitate. Okay, 七八譬喻 七八譬喻 that means P and 喻 so making analogy, making metaphor to make the children understand what you're trying to teach them. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you. Happy learning.